Torp here. Two subjects in this here video. Pay attention to both of them because one of them's going to make sense to you and it's going to be controversial. The second one you've probably never heard of because I've watched YouTube videos on DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, the platforms for about the last 2 years. And what I'm about to tell you is going to sound familiar and then it's going to go apeshit nuts and you're not going to believe a word I'm going to say. But I'm okay with that because this is almost more of a memory that I want to put on YouTube than anything else. Believe what you want, but I'm going to tell you what actually happened today. But I'm going to first start with my opinion on something. And I also happen to know for a fact that DoorDash is watching. And someday, if things go south, I will prove it to you. But until then, just trust me and know that they are, in fact, watching. With that said, I inadvertently got into the Top Dasher program. Due to the fact that I'm doing so many shop and delivers, it's not funny. Thing is, I love shop and delivers. Shop and delivers are what keeps me afloat because the food orders are not. The food orders are few and far between worth it. And what I mean by few and far between, it's about a 90-10 split in my market. It really is. They will keep you afloat if the traffic doesn't suck. Which brings me to my next point. The Diamond program itself, I was in. I'm one of those people that started over at 100% acceptance rate. I went ahead and did it. I said, well, why not? It's free. So I'll go ahead and give it a shot. See what happens. Just like everybody else on YouTube was talking about. So I did it. No, I ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't going to get deactivated if it drops fast. I knew to accept my first order, and I did. It was actually a decent order. It was like $6.50 for 2 miles. I was like, all right, let's rock. No big deal. I'd probably taken that anyway. Did that. My acceptance rate was 100%. It dropped down to 98 or 94, whatever it was, pretty quick. A couple of them sucked. I didn't see any high-paying orders. Nothing normal. Nothing abnormal. Nothing at all. Just a regular day. I think in the whole time I was doing the Diamond program, I literally saw 2 orders that were what we would call bangers. I saw no unicorns. The only unicorns I've ever seen was as a regular dasher when I slipped into the top, not the top, but the catering program. How they sometimes slip regular dashers that because the market's full, everybody's busy. I think I've had 3 in my year and a half, 3,050 deliveries. I think I've seen 3, if my memory serves. 3. And the lowest one was 20, the highest one was 75. Payout. So that was cool. But I wasn't on a Diamond program, I wasn't on a Top Dash, none of that. And from what I understand, when I hear about other people, they get to the catering program and they average 1 a week or 1 a day, depends on the market. So I'm not really sure where it's so worthwhile getting nervous about that program when the shop and delivers are actually where it's at because that's consistent. I did 24 shop and delivers in 7 days. I ended my shift today around 1:30. I started, as you guys know, on Monday, and 24 later, it's made my life better, easier, and smarter financially. You know what I mean? $3 for $18. Who's going to argue with that? Pick up 10 items. If you get lucky, which is 90% of the time, they're normal items. Every once in a while, we get that diamond in the rough that wants to order the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. We have no idea where to find the store because it almost doesn't exist. So there's that. So what I found out by being on the Diamond program is they send you a lot of small offers. The $4 for 2 miles, the $5 for 1 mile. My problem with that is this is what I'd like DoorDash to understand. The algorithm writers, the code writers, and the people at the main table, the CEO of the company. You have to understand something. When we get those orders, $5 for 1 mile, it sounds good and great. The problem is it's not the miles at that point. Normally, those orders that are that short, especially for $5, are from merchants that are slow. And then you have this thing where you can open up the map and see where it's going. If it's an industrial complex, a hotel, or some sort of business, what happens next is another coin flip, which is If it's a hand it to me, which it almost always is in any business, as we all know, what happens? You may have a little bit of time spent trying to find the person. If it's a hand it to me, you have to rely on a security guard, you have to rely on a receptionist, you have to rely on somebody that may say that it's okay, you can leave it with me, when in fact it's not, but you have no proof, there was no picture, it was a hand it to me. So these diamond orders that roll in like nobody's business, I get those anyways as a regular dasher. And when I get those, I look at them as like, here's the problem. It's not the $5 for a mile, it's the time it's going to take. Because I know that if I don't take that order, the next one is going to probably be better. Or I'm going to decline the next 6 in a row because I think the algorithm is mad at me, which is not possible. It might be a disciplinary action to the algorithm to say, well, if you're going to keep declining orders, we'll just keep sending crap, we want to kick you off. I don't think it thinks that way. Artificial intelligence doesn't have an opinion. It was programmed long before you try to make these decisions. And so when you make a bad decision on their part, on their opinion, in the algorithm, what are they going to do? Just send you all the crap for a while. Meanwhile, the people that are taking all the orders are going to get more orders. And there's going to be that 1 out of 10 that's really big, it's going to average out. Well, I average out as a regular dasher anyway. The stress that comes with delivering to people that don't tip is a very valid, stressful point. Because if you deliver to somebody that doesn't tip, you don't know the mentality of that person. And so far as I can tell, nobody can explain how this customer rating works. It's a revolving 100, yes. But at the same time, I have 15 above and beyonds. But yet my 5-star hasn't gone up. And I know that they left 5 stars because it says it right there on above and beyond. All 5-star ratings from customers, the reviews will be left here. And that's not there. And it's like something's missing. And I don't think it's my mind. So I don't really want to bitch about it, but I want to say that if you're going to let people believe that their ratings matter, make them matter. Let them know what's actually going on. If something goes bad, you don't have to tell us the customer. You don't have to tell us any of that stuff. What week it was, what day it was, but at least say package mishandled or late to delivery or cold, whatever it was. Give the human being a chance to fix the problem. Give us a heads up. This is the problem. This is why your ratings went down, because you mishandled something. Okay. I need to be more careful about that. My first contract violation taught me that. I need to be more careful about something, and I did correct it. It was not fun for the next couple of months because I was overzealous about correcting the problem that I knew it actually was on the contract violation. I don't like those. Nobody does. So I moved on and said, I don't care about the Diamond program if it doesn't care about me. I need to be me first. I'm out here to make money, not rewards. Rewards are nice if they're money, but they're never money. The only time you get a reward for money is that last one we just got, and Brash Dasher was one of the people that he got it too in his market, where he got an extra $5 for a special event of some sort. Mine was very clearly labeled in an email that I got the extra $5 because I waited longer for a customer. And they could see where I text back and forth, and they could see where there was a phone call. They probably heard the phone call, which is great. I was trying to explain. And the customer was very courteous. They also left me a 5-star, which has not shown up on my ratings. But I did get an extra $5 for my next delivery completed, which they did provide. DoorDash came through, and I did receive the $5. And this is what I'm trying to say. If you're on time in your ratings, which doesn't matter, it even says it right underneath the ratings. It says very clearly, this is for your resource. This is so you can keep track of your time. We all know that the only thing that matters is if you're late, you can get a contract violation for being extremely late to a customer or to the merchant. That's the only thing that matters. The on-time rating doesn't matter. Mine's been going down for 2 years. And some of these restaurants I've been to so fast to make your head spin. I don't get any credit on that rating whatsoever for being early. So I don't trust that rating for my psyche. Because I think that it's a ploy to make you go faster, which is actually not the right idea. You need to be calm, secure, and well thought through to get a job done correctly. Am I wrong? So when you're looking at your ratings, in my opinion, that is one way to make a Dasher nervous. Why would you want to make somebody nervous that's handling food, which is money to DoorDash and us when it's complete, but more importantly, it's just dangerous on the road. 3 tons of steel going down the road. And you're going to be nervous about your ratings. I don't think that's right. And what I mean by I don't think that's right is, well, it's not right. What was part 2 of this video supposed to be? Oh, I just remembered. It is the fact that I've heard a lot of people talk bad things about Dasher support. You know, in a year and a half, I've never had one problem with Dasher support except for this. And that was that the GPS lost my location. I was heading to a Chick-fil-A. I knew where the Chick-fil-A was. I could see the GPS navigation, but apparently our boss, Tony, his algorithm did not. So I kept on getting that pop-up the push notification. You are heading in the wrong direction, or you do not appear to be heading in the right direction. I ignored it because I thought it was a glitch. I get to the restaurant. I'm waiting for the food. Food's starting to come out, and then I get a push notification. Your order has been reassigned. I had to call Dasher support, and they said, "Oh, sorry. I'm like, wait a minute. No, I'm here. You can see on the GPS because you guys are tracking us. I'm here. I was there. And I was about ready to grab the bag. The agent told me that it had been reassigned to another Dasher. So clearly at that point, I would have been in violation of everything under the sun that is concerning with DoorDash and this contract violations. I had to let it go. I didn't touch the bag. I left the store, fuming mad. It could have bit through a nail. It was a good paying order. I was there. I did my job. I did my job. And it was a fail. I lost a completion rate, and it had nothing to do with me. That is one of the biggest pet peeves I have right there. So that was only one experience that I've had out of the last year and a half that was somewhat negative and non-productive. The rest of them have been fantastic. And what I mean by fantastic is they've always got me out of a jam. They've always reset. I've always got my half pay. I don't think I've ever waited more than, sometimes it's been 5 seconds. Sometimes it's been up to, 3 minutes, 4 minutes tops. Now, I'm considered to be a part of the Top Dasher program right now because of my Shop and Delivers. So that is coming in handy. I get right through at this moment because, as you guys know, it's a week at a time. But I'm sure I'll be good for next week. I've already did 24. One of them was botched. We'll see how the percentages work out. But did quite well with that. And yeah, so I go out today. And I get a stack that was killer. So you guys use the other words. You guys can use bangers and unicorns, but it was a killer order. It was 9 miles for like $24. And it was 2 restaurants that are known to have the shit ready. And it was also epic that I knew both of the neighborhoods. I zoomed in on the map. I knew both of these neighborhoods. I knew them well. I was like, you got to be kidding me right now. That's great, except let's roll. This shit will be done soon. Halfway to the merchant, the first one, guess what happens? The app is scanning for orders. Now, see, a lot of people talk about an app glitch. Like you can't use it, you can't shut it off, you can't unpause it, you can't pause it, you can't end it. It's got the gray screen, or it's just trying to start up, signing in, and it never happens. You've restarted the phone, which I did. Nothing happens. Scanning for orders. I know I accepted it, and I'll tell you why, because I actually went to the details because I wanted to see each customer's, if it was a hand it to me or a leave it door. It puts something in your head. It's a mentality. It's like, if the first one's a leave it door, I can get to the second one fast because we all know people can leave you hanging at that front door, don't we? So I was pumped. The first one was handed to me. I was like, oh, this is great. This Sunday afternoon, I'm like, sun is shining. I'm like, this is going to be good. This is going to be good because I already did like 40, 50 bucks in the last hour and a half, 2 hours shopping delivers. So I'm on my way. Scanning for orders, halfway there. Scanning for orders. I had to pause it. I couldn't pause it because it says you're on delivery, but it's scanning for orders. I even went to details. There's nothing there. It says your dash ends at 2 o'clock. I'm like, oh God. So I checked my ratings. Guess what they said? My ratings went down 2 completion points. I went from 100 to 98. I was like, what the hell's going on? Well, I knew myself that I knew better than I knew Dasher might, which is the fact that if you just ignore it, you could potentially find yourself in deep violation of a contract territory. Better call Dasher support and see if you're still active. Pulled over. Yep, still active. I said, oh, I knew it. I said, all it do is scanning for orders. This is where the story is going to start and end real quick. Do you know I called Dasher support, and after they told me it was scanning for orders, I said, all I can do is this, scan for orders. They asked me to uninstall the app, reinstall the app, restart the phone. And I thought, I hope everybody's keeping track of this because we're going to lose a lot of time. And I'm on a stack, people. I'm on a stack, which means someone's going to be really late with all these things going on. And I still haven't even made it to the first restaurant yet. But I figured if they keep a good record of it, I'll be good. I uninstalled the app, reinstalled the app. It was still scanning for orders. After I had to check all the signings. Settings. I had to check all the settings. The ones you got to check. Yes, my location, this, that, and the other. So I did that. Guess what we decided to do? Well, actually, this is what she told me she wanted me to do, which I think maybe she was right. I was going to do this thing flying blind, ladies and gentlemen, flying blind. You all know what that means. I can't use the Dasher app. It ain't working. There ain't no Dasher app. Do you know my Dasher support agent actually stayed with me? From the time I was in that parking lot to the time I got the first merchant, to the second merchant, again, it was a stack, to the first customer and then the second customer. She not only confirmed my pickup on the first one, told me what the items were, confirmed my pickup on the second one before she told me what the items were. I promise you this. She gave me all the information about the details of the drop-off, the addresses and all that. I didn't even have time to type it in because I knew both the locations, areas already. You guys as experienced Dashers know what I mean. You wouldn't say, like, I know that neighborhood. You get what I'm saying. So I did all that. But she stayed with me the whole time. Because I was like, is this the Firehouse and is this the Panda Express? She goes, that's the Firehouse. I said, I need an apartment number. She didn't give me the apartment number. She gave me the apartment building. I was like, can you repeat that, please? I'm going to say it back in my head just in case we lose contact on the phone. Because I'm not writing anything down. I'm driving. I got too much on my mind right now, too. I just need the building, address, and which merchant. So I kept on repeating it back, and I told her, I'm going to be talking to myself on the way, so don't laugh at me. And she started laughing. She thought that was funny. She goes, no worries, though. She was really nice. So I get to the first one, and the phone dies. I lost signal. I got the thing where it says, rate your agent. I was like, oh, no. I wasn't too worried because I was at the first building. I remember the door number, and then I knew it was Firehouse. The problem was the second one slipped my mind except for the neighborhood, and it was starting to ask me to rate my agent. Do you know she called me back? She called me back. I saw that thing coming up on the top DoorDash, the phone. I was like, oh, please be her. It was her. She called me right back. So both orders completed. I checked my stats. I'm at 100% completion rate. I got paid for both. What bothers me is that my on time or early went down. You see what I'm saying? Why do they have that there if it doesn't mean anything? It's a mind. I know DoorDash is watching this. I'm not going to cuss at DoorDash, but that screws with your head. Okay? That screws with your head a little bit. You don't need to put that on a driver when they're already trying their best and they're actually doing a kick butt job. What you need to do is support the driver and let them know that they are being supported, because at that time you are on a team. It's not a private contractor, independent contractor. It's not the CEO, Tony, of DoorDash talking. It is, in fact, a team effort just to get that one little job done correctly. That customer's happy, they'll be back. There is no reason, shape, or form that if the on-time or early rating does not count, which it doesn't, it should not be a part of the equation only because it messes with the head of the driver. We've already got enough stress. We already got enough problems. We have to figure things out as we go. The app changes on a daily, sometimes on a weekly, sometimes on a monthly. But once you get to know it, something changes. You got to learn it again. We have enough going on. We don't know where the ratings are coming from. Our customers are our number one priority besides our pay. And DoorDash is king. And what I mean by king is, you notice I didn't say boss. They are king. They make decisions on the fly. We have all these things to worry about. Give us less to worry about and let us focus on the pickup and the drop-off and getting there safely. All right, I said my piece. I love DoorDash. I stand by that. DoorDash has been nothing but a blessing to me, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Doesn't mean it can't be improved on a little bit. We all can. We're all human. And I know that the algorithm is not human, but a human did program it. So everything is improvable. Longest video I've made in a long time, but I wanted to put this on the record so I could look back at it, because today was a learning experience for me and there were some things I wanted to vent about. So if you can actually look past all the drama and the shenanigans on all the DoorDashers bitching and complaining about YouTube or having fights that are fake on YouTube, the one thing I think that is the most important thing to do on YouTube is share actual advice that you can share, that you have been through, or experiences that you are familiar with that may apply to somebody else, and just take a small edge off their next dash. Just a small edge. Again, that's why I like Brash Dasher. I love that channel, and his views have gone up, and he's about to be a partner, and I couldn't be more proud of him. I don't know him personally. I don't talk to him at all. But, I mean, that guy, he reminds me of the DoorDash revolution. So you guys can do whatever you want with that. And the ones that don't like it can suck my big toe. The ones that do like it, I guess that means that you know what the hell's going on in the world right now, because the positive people are hard to find. And the positive experiences are even fewer and far between. But if we stick together and actually share real life experiences, it could help you out in your next dash, because I know that's what's happened to me with the Brash Dasher and the DoorDash revolution. Don't think I forgot about you, homie. All right. I went on entirely too long and then some, and then put some stank on it, but I had to speak my mind. Proud to be a Dasher. Hope to be a Dasher for life. All right. You guys take care. I'll talk to you in the next one. Torp out.